Alright, you're welcome to Blockchainplus. In this video, we'll be looking at what is happening in the crypto space. Right now, as you can see, the market is really tanking. There are a whole lot of sell-off in the market. You can see Bitcoin dropped all the way to around 98. Right now, we have recovered back to 100, and that was the low since May 8th, right? And now you can see Ethereum also dropping. XRP dropped to 1 point something dollar. Right now it's at $2 back. You can see there are a whole lot of sell-offs, there are a whole lot of dips in the market. But why is this happening, and what should you be doing? That is what we'll be looking at in this video, because if you look at right now, a lot of people are panicked. There's a whole lot of panic, and you can see the fear and greed index. There's a whole lot of fear in the market right now. That is why you see that this thing is around 40. Earlier before it was around 39, 38, 39, but right now it's at 40. And if you look at the market cap, we are at least back up a bit. So it's around 3.05. Right now it's around 3.08. Now this market tanked from 3.4, 3.5 all the way to 3.05. So this indicator shows you that there are a whole lot of panic going on in the market. Right, so why all of this are happening in the market? You yourself, what should you be doing? And also, what actually caused all of this? We'll be explaining all of that in this video. Okay, so you're welcome to Blockchainplus once again. If this is your first time of visiting my channel, this is Blockchainplus. In this place, I teach you everything about cryptocurrencies, forex trading, financial market as a whole, and how to become profitable and successful in what trading the financial market. You can just come here to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you love this kind of content, just give it a thumbs up, like the video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, if there is any question you want to answer, just drop the question in the comment section, and I will be glad to answer all of your questions for you. With that said, let's go back to the video of the day so that we'll look at what is actually happening and why it is happening and what you should be doing. So first of all, we understand that recently Donald Trump actually joined the Israel-Iran war, right? And he made a tweet with his Twitter. Now, if you look at this place, this is official Donald J. Trump account on Twitter, which is X right now. If you look at this tweet here, okay, let me look at this unconditional surrender. Now, if you look at this also, it says, "What we have completed our very successful attack on the three nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped in the primary sites," and all of this. Now, these are the kind of things that incite panic, because there is already a chaos, a fight going on between Iran and Israel, and US is kind of pushing to join the fight, supporting Israel, right? That is why you see all of these things happening, and as a result of that, there is a whole lot of uncertainty happening in the market, in the financial space. So people are not sure if they should keep investing. People are not sure what to invest in. So a lot of people are saying, okay, instead of me to be in the market right now, let me just take my funds, let me take my money and keep, right? So with that kind of thing happening, you now see Bitcoin drop from the previous high of around $111,000 all the way to where we hit $98,000 right there. You can see right there, you can see it right here. This was where we hit $98 right there. Now, why all of this are happening, why there are all of these things happening, the panic and everything that people are selling off, you as a trader, you as an investor, what should you be doing? You may wake up in the morning and you see that, oh, my portfolio has dropped by, let's say, 10%, 15%, 5%, and you are like, why is this happening? Now, we are going to be looking at the market together. Irrespective of the war and everything happening, the market always tells us what it's doing. all you just need to do is to look at the market and understand what you should be doing, so that you don't sell right now and then you end up regretting why you sold, and you end up saying, if I had known, I wouldn't have sold anything at all. So let's look at this together and see what is happening. So before this spike, let's bring this down and look at this together. Now, before this spike, when the market was around here, right here, you can see when the market was right here like this, you can see that there was a spike. After that, there was a spike, and when we went all the way to this up right there. Now, after that spike, you realize that there was a period of the China-US trade war. Still China and US, right? China and US, right? So there was a China-US trade war that happened, and within that period, market came all the way down. And if you watch one of my videos, I said the market was coming down to $75,000, right? That is because, irrespective of what was happening in the market, the trade war and everything happening, people panicking and selling, I already knew that the market was coming here, and I drew all of these things you're seeing here. Let me remove these other ones. You see this line, I drew it here, and I said the market was coming to this place. You can watch my video about it where I did that. And then after this, I also drew this line. I said once the market hit here, we are going to go back up right there. Now if you look at it, after the market hit this level here, the market actually went back up, right? It went back up all the way to this place, and it broke this level. So we are going to see how the market actually broke that level, right? Let me remove all of these things right now so that we can see. Now if you look at this level, this level was 109, right? So when the market came down to 75, it actually broke the 109 level. Let's see if it actually broke it. Yes, the market actually broke it. There are differences between when the market breaks a level and when the market just touches the level. Now when the market breaks the level, it means the candle actually closed above that level. So if you look at this place right here, you will notice that this candle actually closed above this level before this pullback, and this is a daily candle. You can see it, we are on daily right here. So that is a daily candle that closed above before this drop back down, and it went back to try to test it, but it never broke it. Now this is the trick that a lot of people don't understand. So all of this is happening is just part of the pattern that the market plays. So when the market broke that level, what happened is that there will be a retracement, right? So you can see that this whole level is a whole level of retracement. All of this right here is a zone right here. So how deep the market retraces into that zone, it totally depends on what happens on the fundamentals right now, no longer the technical, because it's the fundamental that drives the fear that makes people to sell off, right? So when the fundamental happens, how deep the market drives into this zone is actually what we are looking at. Now if you use our Fibonacci level and then we draw this, you can see that this retracement is actually to a particular level. So while you are panicking, if you had bought this market around here, there's no point for you to panic and sell up, because of course you might be in loss. If you are selling right there, you will be in loss. So all you need to do is to understand that this is just a retracement, and after this retracement, highest we can get, we get a retracement that will come all the way to this level right here. Now why is the retracement coming all the way to that level? Okay, let me use a line for this. You can see is because there is a zone right here. You can see the zone right there. You can see the zone. There is a zone right here, a little zone right there. Now if that is the case, then we can see the market come all the way to that level, into that zone, something like this, and then we stop right here, and then we move back up right now. But for this to happen, for the market to have this kind of retracement, there must be things like this, such as what we are seeing right now, to happen. Things that will cause, either from ETF, from US, from China, from wherever, that will cause the market to actually do that retracement. And if you look at that, it's actually not outside this level, is still inside this zone that we are looking at. So that is what is happening. So instead of panicking and selling off, what you should be doing right now as a trader is to look for levels that you can actually buy in the market. That is why I told people of my community, people in my academy, that you actually buy when you are seeing a strong support level. When the market comes down to a strong support levels, such like now that the market is coming down, that is an opportunity for you to buy, not an opportunity for you to sell. You can see the levels right there. You can see the other one right here. So those are the levels you should be looking at to buy back into the market. Now let's also look at this is for Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum and see what is also happening in what Ethereum, so that we'll see if the market is actually going to continue dropping forever. Of course, it's not going to continue to drop forever. These things happen. These are all patterns that play out year in, year out in this market. Now look at Ethereum. You can see that Ethereum is still struggling to actually make a significant move upward, and that is why you see that any slight issue that comes up, it will look for a way to drop. And if you look at Ethereum right here, you notice that this guy is still struggling to break this level. You can see it right there. So it has not broken that level. Now what we actually had in Ethereum was a break of this structure right here. This is the down structure. So let me use this. This is the down structure. It has broken the structure. This one was supposed to continue down, but it never continued down this way. What happened was it broke the structure right here, and then we are testing back the structure. So except someone tells you all of these things and shows you all of these patterns, you will never really understand how it happens or what is really happening. So let me do it again so that you will understand what I'm saying. Now let me do this again. So this is a structure right here. You can see this structure. There is a pattern right there, right? There's a pattern right there. Let me show you the pattern so that you will see. I'm going to use my ABC. Okay, let me just remove this and use the ABC pattern so that you will understand. I hope this is the ABC. So now there is this leg, there is this leg, there is this one, and there is this one, right? So okay, I'm sorry, I'm actually using the bat pattern and I have to complete it right now, but I didn't want to use the bat pattern, so let me just drop it like that. It's not what I wanted to do anyway. So now there was supposed to be a move up to this point. Let me remove this right now. There's supposed to be a move up to this point. Let me use this so that it will be faster. So let me use this. So there is this level here. 1, 2, 3, right? Now there's supposed to be, this is ABC pattern, right? ABC. Now because the ABC pattern is completed, that is why you notice that this move did not continue down. Rather, what happened was, after this move stopped here, it went back up. At this point, it shot up and broke this structure right there. So we are coming back to test the structure, which is perfectly okay. Now what we should be expecting is that at this point we should see another move upward. Now if this happens, it simply means that there's another ABC pattern that is at play. A, B, C, right? So that is how the market actually works. But if nobody shows you all of these things, you will not understand what is happening, and you just keep selling off and losing your money. That is why it's actually good to join a mentorship class, a community or an academy where you'll be taught taught all of these things, and that is why I highly recommend that you join the Blockchain Plus Academy so that you will learn more about all these things and not actually sell off in panic and lose your money. Now, this is for Ethereum, and this is what is happening. And as you can see, the market is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Now, let's go over to Solana. This is Ethereum. I'm also going to look at Solana, and then I'll look at XRP for the last one, and then we'll hand up this particular video. Okay, so you can see this is Solana right here. So earlier today I did a class with my students, and I was using this to show them something. So let me just clean up all of these things so that we'll look at what is happening in the market. So the class I did for them earlier today, I'll just told them that this is what is happening. Solana is actually coming back into this zone, and there is nothing more than that. We are coming back into this zone, into this level to test, and it's not going to break this level. If at all we are going to break this level, which I don't see possible, then we will not go anywhere below 86. That is it right there. But I know that it may not actually be possible to come to 86 right there, because if it breaks this level and come to 86, then it means there is a lower low right there, right? So it means it's going to go back up somewhere like this. Let me do it. It means it's going to go back up. If it breaks here, if it comes like this right here, it means it has broken this level. You can see it here. So it means it's going to go back up inside here and continue downward, which we don't want to see, which it's literally like impossible to happen. But rather, what we are looking at is a test of this zone. This is the zone right there, a test of this zone. So from this zone, we should see it break this level. So if it breaks that level, it means there is an uptrend for Solana. So this is just the structure and what is happening right here in Solana as well. Now, the last one I said I was going to look at is XRP. Now, from all the indicators I've been showing you right now, you see that the market is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Even though there is a panic, even though there is a sell-off, all the sell-off is just pointing to where the market is supposed to go to, right? So now if you look at XRP, after we sold XRP at $3, XRP has never hit $3. Now go and watch my video I made about XRP, where I talked about XRP not going more than $5-7 when people are shouting XRP is going to $100. When XRP was going, or people are shouting XRP is going to $100, I told people in my community, in my academy, to sell off at $3 right there. So we sold at $3.3 right there. Some people sold at 3.2, some people sold at 3.3. So let me draw this. Let me put this. You can see it there. So the highest point was 3.4. I told them to sell. Some people sold at 3.3, some people sold at 3.2 right there. And if you notice, since that time, this happened in January, early January, I believe January. Since that time till now, XRP has not gone up. This is 5 months or 6 months down the line, and I believe that a lot of people who have been waiting for XRP to actually continue to $10, $15, they actually bought around these levels. So while you hear that it's going to go to $100, you don't mind buying around this level, and it's because people bought around this level. That was why there were people that actually sold and made their own profit. And now the market has been dropping, it has been dropping, it has been dropping, and if you notice, it has not actually gone above that level. Well, let me not say that it's not going to go above that level, because in the future it is expected that XRP goes above $3, like I am anticipating $5 to $7. So if you look at what is happening right now in XRP, you will notice that we are also testing a particular structure. So let me use this again. So let me bring down this again to this level. So you can see there are a whole lot of touches in this zone. So this becomes a support level. So let's look at the touches in this zone so that you will understand what is happening. You can see 1 here, 2, 3, You can see the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we are in the 8th one around there. So every time the market comes into that level or into that zone, it doesn't break it. Let me take this up to that place. You can see it here. Now let me bring this up. You can see that that is the zone. Anytime the market comes into the zone, it doesn't break it. Now it enables the market to form a strong support in that zone. But anything that makes it to actually break this zone and go down, you know that there is a ride downward. So let's actually verify if it broke it. So like I told you, for market to break a structure, for a market to break a structure, it actually has to have a candle that closes below that structure. And if you look at this is a week, right? So let's actually do it well. Let's bring it down to this week, which is the last week here. Good. So this week right here, that is the one we are looking at. And if you look at from that week, there is no candle that has closed below it. This one pierced it, but it never closed below it. It went back in. This one did not close. The red one did not close. The blue one actually went back up, and now we are here. So all of these things just indicate that it is still in the uptrend. So guys, these are all of the things that are happening in the market right now, and these are the things you should be looking at. So rather than selling off, two things I will tell you. If you don't have money to invest right now, just keep holding your bags, keep holding whatever coins you've invested in if they are good coins. But if they are not good coins, I cannot guarantee you, I cannot assure you anything. Of course, there are no guarantees in this market, there are no assurance in this market. That is why we always tell you to do your own research before investing or buying into any crypto asset. But if you've bought any shit coins, then you know that probably you may not see any good return in that coin. But if you've bought into good projects, you know that okay, in the end of the day, you're just going to see a move back up and you're going to make money from that particular project. So you keep holding your bag. Then the next thing I also want to tell you is that right now, if you're into futures trading, you have to be very, very careful. So while the market is behaving the way it's behaving, and you are that kind of trader that I like to use 5x in your trade. So rather than using 5x, or instead of using 5x, what you should be doing, okay, sorry, not 5x, you're that kind of trader that like to use 10x, 10 to 50x in your trade. So instead of using 10x, 20x, 50x, please stick to using minimum of 5x, right? Because when you use all these lower leverages, it enables you to have room for your project or your investments to breathe. Even if at all it's going to drop, it's going to breathe, and you are going to have a lot of room to hold the drawdown before it moves up. So use lower leverage, use lower risk, so that you don't end up getting your account liquidated. But if you don't want to trade futures, if you're afraid of it, then stay away from futures right now. Keep investing in your spot. And also, if you're trading futures, I'll advise you to look at what is happening fundamentally using your Twitter, using all the crypto news, and then see if it is still pointing to the indicator of sell opportunities. Then you should know that you should always be looking for opportunities to sell the market, so that you'll be on the safe side, because it's always good to ride the wave or join the trend instead of going against the trend. So guys, that is everything that is happening right now in the crypto space, and I just said I should bring it to your notice so that you understand what to do, so that you don't sell off your bag and end up regretting going forward. All right, if you love this video and if you enjoyed what I've done for you so far, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also if you have any question, drop it in the comment section and I'll answer all of your questions for you. Alright guys, that is it for me in this video. Till I come your way again, remain blessed.